Daily Broadside, day 525. I cleaned out my silverware drawer today. You know, the little plastic things that you put all, little tray that you put in your drawer that your silverware then goes into. Man, I mean, how does that get dirty, right? So that drawer is only open for seconds at a time for me to get a fork, a knife, some chopsticks, a spoon, whatever's in there that I need, right? I open it. I grab what I know I need. I shut it. It's open for like seconds, right? Maybe even a couple seconds a day. I may only go in there once every other day. Who knows, right? And at no point am I like dumping a bag of grain or barley or something in there. Yet there's just crumbs of crap all in there. I don't understand it. The silverware is clean once it gets deposited into the tray. Who in the hell? This is like an elf in the shelf thing. Like somebody during the night is going in there, opening up my drawer and just dumping dust and dirt into my damn silverware drawer. It makes no damn sense. And I can't be the only one. I won't be the only one. Somebody else knows what I'm talking about. They're like, yeah, that is a good point. I don't get it. Tell you what we need to do with the border wall, okay? I'm all for securing borders. You show me a country doesn't have good borders, and you show me something that's not really a country. So what we do is a really cheap version of it, right? Go down there and just plant the ever-living shit out of some bamboo. Man, within like a couple months, we won't even be able to see Mexico. We might as well just plant it on Canada. Screw them too, Just tell Trudeau, hey, we're out. You won't be able to see us anymore. Our beautiful Minnesota and Montana mountains, they ain't yours to behold anymore because we've got bamboo. And next thing you know, that bamboo would grow from El Paso. It would be in Tulsa, Oklahoma within weeks. I mean, that stuff's insane. In fact, it makes me laugh when people, just planted some, got some bamboo from a friend of mine, and I'm going to plant it here, and it's going to be a nice barrier for my neighbors and all. And it's not going to be a barrier. It's going to uproot your house. Your house is going to be all tilted and crap. That stuff does not play. Bamboo and kudzu does not give a hell about what you think it should be doing. You can't control it. You can only hope to contain it, and there is no hope in containing it. That's just where it's at. You ever see these waiters and they come over and they'll, it's usually at a nicer restaurant, and they'll come over and they'll take the two forks and they get the plate. They're holding like a platter, and they serve off the platter onto your plate with two forks that are just, whatever. Bitch, get some tongs. They make tongs. You look like an idiot trying to make chopsticks out of forks. That's dumb. It's stupid. We're not impressed. And best, once you start dropping that stuff, you've lost all your cool points whatsoever. Just get some little mini tongs. Tongs, that's great. We're not going to think anything less of your professionalism in the cuisine, career or work, or whatever you want to call it. We're going to think, look, he's resourceful. He's not an idiot trying to use two forks to pick up a shank of lamb. It's just how it is. I came up with a word. I didn't come up with a word. The words existed before, but I was thinking last night, and it occurred to me that there are two words in the English language. And I thought for a long time after I came up with this to try to find something that matched it. And there's two words that all you do is change one vowel, okay? You switch a vowel in each of the words, or you just take one of the words and then just swap it with another vowel, and it stays the same otherwise, except for the verb. Okay, let me explain this better. You take a word, okay, and you take one vowel and switch it to another vowel. It makes a completely different word, and the cool part about it is, that's not the cool part, because that happens with all kinds of things, right? But it changes the complexity of the word such that it makes it from a completely negative experience to a completely positive. And that word is indict, right? You take indict and change that I to a U, and now you induct, right? What does that mean? Oh, I've just been inducted for rape. That's not a good thing. That can't ever be a good thing. Oh, hey, that sucks being you with the rape indictment. I hate to hear that. I just got inducted into the, the Lego Hall of Fame. Completely different animal. One letter. Tell me another word that all you got to do is switch a letter. And, there's tons of things. You can switch a word with just one letter. But tell me one that is just a complete opposite of one another, that is just a negative to a positive experience. I don't think you can come up. Well, I'm sure somebody could probably come up with one, but I thought about it for a good 20, 30 minutes. I couldn't come up with anything, and I know a lot of words. In fact, I pride myself on knowing more words than a lot of people, so I couldn't come up with anything. But anyway, that's an ignorant thing that I thought of yesterday. And I'll tell you this, right? I have a theory that I developed yesterday while listening to some idiot ride by in like an Acura Integra with his stereo. He's got it lowered with like 14-inch wheel. It's just dumb looking. He's just blaring this stupid bass as he goes down the road. Whole generation's gonna be deaf. Everybody in whatever generation rides around with stupid car stereos. I mean, don't get me wrong, I had like a 12-inch speaker in high school, right? Of course, I blasted metal through it, but I didn't ride around 24/7 listening to them. It was the thing to do. Everybody had stereos, but nowadays, golly, man, y'all just looking to just make yourselves deaf, right? And here's my theory. Okay, back to my theory. You gotta see this guy. I'm sitting outside of this restaurant. I'm drinking a beer out on the patio, and I'm at this restaurant. And they ride by, right? I'm at a Max Speed Shop. Great food, a little overpriced, but I enjoy going there. And I'm sitting out there, and I'm overlooking the road, and I'm watching the cars go by, and this stupid Acura Integra comes by with this just loud-ass speaker system. Is like shaking the whole car. And I'm like, God, how is that comfortable? Wherever he's going, he's going to get out and be like, what? Because he's not going to be able to hear. It's like leaving a concert, and you can't hear for the next 3 hours, whatever. Anyway, before your hearing comes back. But here's my theory, right? My theory is that dudes like that don't date women very long. Why? Because there's no conversation in their life, okay? The girl wants to talk, right? And I've never been accused of not being able to talk. It's one of the things that no one's ever going to accuse me of not having something to say. I got stuff to say. And in fact, I usually don't listen. I wait to talk. That's kind of how I roll. But so that's not really, I have to like make myself stop and listen. Okay, your turn. You tell me what you think, But those dudes, they just ride around listening to, bass heavy music, and there's no way a conversation can take place. And then when you get to wherever you're going, let's say a barn dinner theater or a restaurant or something, you can't talk then because you're deaf. You can't get your hearing back. You're like, what was that? I'll have a baked potato. You're like, why are you yelling at me? I can hear. I'm standing right here, So, yeah, I think that those are short-lived relationships, yet those girls are somehow drawn to those stupid-ass cars with those stupid-ass stereos and the dumb exhaust, Between the exhaust and the stereo, I don't understand what these women are looking for. And maybe they're not women. Maybe they're just younger girls and just haven't grown up enough to know what they want. But I say that to say this. Those dudes are going from girl to girl to girl quite frequently because there's no conversation. And conversation is the key to a relationship. Any relationship without conversation that's built on anything else is just it's just going to crumble. Like Jimi Hendrix said, it's just castles made of sand. It just crumbles into the sea. Eventually. Ooh, y'all have a good one. Giddy.